Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom and stars and cards for all zodiac signs for November 20th through the 26th. I will be pulling cards for all zodiac signs from a deck that I haven't used in a really long time, and it is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And it is almost Sagittarius season, with a new moon in Sagittarius, and Jupiter is getting ready to go direct and shine its great benefic energy on us. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. All right, so I know this is late, but I haven't been well, and so I'm doing the best that I can. This is not everything I wanted it to be, but like I said, I'm just doing the best I can. So it is Sagittarius season. It is a time to celebrate. It is a time to be joyous, to feel good, be generous, be thankful, go seek adventures, be creative, and have a good time. So this week, November 22nd, the sun will enter Sagittarius at 3:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on November 23rd, we have a new moon in Sagittarius, and I meant to put at 1 degree at 5:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 minutes later, Jupiter will station direct at 28 degrees Pisces. And then we will celebrate American Thanksgiving this week as well. So the crystals for Sagittarius are citrine, topaz, and turquoise. My crystal of the week is going to be fire agate. Let me just stop sharing for a moment. I'm using fire agate because Sagittarius is a fire sign and can't really even see. I'm going to try and do something so that you can see the crackles in this, maybe. No, you can't. Damn. Anyway, I don't think you could see it, but there are little tiny crackles all through this. Maybe you can see it. It's pretty amazing. I love this because it will help us to get some energy, some creative energy. It will stir our passions. This is fire agate, and I love it. It's very much like carnelian, yet it is not. It's a little bit different. So I will post about fire agate on Facebook and Instagram. Hopefully this week I will do my best. I know I've been lacking, but I've been down with COVID along with my family, and so also dealing with my pup who is slowing down. It's just been a lot, and I know a lot of people are getting COVID. I'm totally fine for the most part. I'm just so exhausted. So don't worry. I'm just so tired. And it's Thanksgiving, so I don't even think we're having Thanksgiving. All right, my card of the week is Higher Power. I love that I pulled this. It is card number 4, which really does talk to me about creativity, fire. It's the 4 elements. It's everything coming together, which is really like, that's what Sagittarian energy feels like. I want to be so excited for the sun moving in Sagittarius. I just feel like shit. And I've been thinking about it for almost a week, trying to prepare for this video. But I'm mustering up everything that I have. But this higher power Jupiter, the great benefic, asking us to call upon that, to make wishes, to set our hopes and our intentions with that new moon in Sagittarius. It's phenomenal energy. Not to mention that this new moon is at 1 degree. The next 5 moons are also at 1 degree. And so it really makes me feel hopeful that new beginnings are happening, that we're finally maybe turning a little bit of a corner, you know, over the last few years. And I don't know if I was dreaming or what, but I swear my guides told me that we're coming into a time right now as the sun moves into Sagittarius that is a culmination of the last like 10 or 12 years, that we're coming into like a brand new era. So let me resume with my presentation. The tarot card that is the symbol for Sagittarius is Temperance. And that is about the combination of creating things, but within a balance. And that is one of Sagittarians' greatest challenges, because they go all out and sometimes maybe put too much energy into something and they go a little bit overboard. And so part of their lesson really is about a perfect combination, a perfect balance. You're going to hear my voice. Also, too, Temperance is about I don't know, do I have COVID brain? When it comes to drinking in moderation, because Sagittarius loves to celebrate. It is a celebratory season, but Sagittarius rules the liver. And in many cases where Sagittarius shows up in our charts and the planets that we may have in that sign can really push one overboard to overdo it and destroy their liver. Sagittarius also rules like the hips and upper thighs, the femurs, and the femoral artery, part of the circulatory system. And so it's really important to do everything in moderation. And that is the biggest lesson for Sagittarius, like I said, because there's just so much fire energy behind the Sagittarians that they really kind of go overboard. They do so much in a very short amount of time. More on Sagittarius to come when I'm feeling a little bit better, because I really feel like it's an important sign, important message for all of us. And then I have the chart here for the new moon before I pull our cards. And just to zoom in on this. So we have, when it's a new moon, the sun and the moon are conjunct each other. And you can take a look, we're in the 6th house, and this is for Philadelphia because that's the area that I live in. We also have Venus and Mercury conjunct along with that. Now, the interesting thing is that the sun and moon are telling us to celebrate and have a good time. Mercury is talking about the jovial parties and the communication and the conversations that are going to be had. Venus has us overspending our money. And isn't it really interesting? Like right around Thanksgiving is when the sun moves into Sagittarius. Jupiter loves to spend his money. He loves to go out and celebrate. He loves to have a great time. It's all about parties. And then right at Christmas, when winter solstice comes, the sun moves into Capricorn, and we may have buyer's remorse. But it's interesting because, you know, it's the buying season, it's the gift giving season. And with the sun in Sagittarius, we feel extremely generous. And we will be ever more so with Mercury, the merchant, the messenger, and Venus, which rules over money. We will tend to overspend, tend to overeat, tend to overindulge, overdrink. So just remind yourselves, going to go back to the Temperance card, everything in moderation. Really think it through. One of my most favorite Sagittarians ever, whenever he would get paid, he would be broke by the next day, going out, treating all of his friends to dinners and drinks and having a great time. And he was one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life, but he had a very short life because he lived fast and he did die young. Because he just, you know, money burned a hole in his pocket, but he was so super generous with it. And he always had a good time, and he always made people around him have a great time. So this is like a quadruple threat, this new moon, but it's such beautiful energy. I really think that we should bask in it because we have all been under the weather for several years, that I'm just loving the energy. It's making a really, really beautiful conjunction with each other. Now, the red lines, they're the tension. The one thing I want to point out, although we have a trine here, the blue line, it's 2 Chiron. Now, think about this, and I'm really mostly focusing on, you know, American Thanksgiving, but this will be happening all over the world. So, you know, we're all coming together in America on Thursday, the 24th, to celebrate American Thanksgiving. This Chiron in Aries talks about the wounds of the self. And so it's about our self-esteem and our self-worth. And you get your whole family together at Thanksgiving. Even though this is a trine, there could be a lot of triggers happening. I also want to point out that in opposition, not exact, it's a wide orb, we have Mars retrograde in Gemini. So Mars is the planet of war. This could be a very heated, volatile Thanksgiving. Just letting you know, people are on edge. There are a lot of people out of work. Everything is very expensive, and there's a lot of tension there. Where else do we see the tension? Oh, so Leo at the IC, which represents our home, is also in a square. Well, no, should be in a trine. Oh, but it's at 29 degrees, but it's fire on fire. So it's just telling me that there are going to be tensions at home in the house. The other thing that I would like to point out, we have the square of this new moon with Venus and Mercury squaring the midheaven and almost Saturn. So like there are restrictions. Maybe we learn how to bite our tongue, or, you know, we could wind up in jail otherwise. The other beautiful thing, because there is something beautiful here, and I want to point out Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. Specifically, and you'll see that this is station. See that S? That means it's stationing. It's getting ready to go direct. This is going to be the last time that Jupiter and Neptune are in Pisces together for the next almost couple hundred years. The last time that this happened was right around the American Civil War in the 1850s and 60s. And it is an intuitive, beautiful, hopeful type of energy, even though there is a fog, there is a cloud of uncertainty around that aspect. I want you all to just take a moment and think about, you could see Jupiter up in the sky. He's up there right now as I'm recording this. Take a look and just make a wish on this Jupiter and Neptune. If you've been having crazy dreams lately, this is what is causing it. I know my dreams are probably illness induced, but I've had some friends say to me, I never dream. And I've been dreaming the craziest dreams. Some of them, I'm just like thinking about one of them. It was just, oh my gosh, so over the top. But yeah, my dreams have been off the hook. It's just such beautiful energy. And both of these planets are getting ready to move into Aries. If you think things have been tough, just wait, because things will be tense. A lot of newness is coming. We're never, in our lifetime, we're never going to experience this ever again. So I really wanted to point that out. The other aspect that is pretty evident is Uranus and the North Node in Taurus making an opposition to the South Node in Scorpio. We are getting ready to leave Scorpio season. The North Node, South Node will be in Taurus Scorpio until July of 2023. I would just say when it comes to maybe our children or our friends, there could be some unexpected happenings, unexpected arguments, unexpected accidents. This energy here of the sun and the moon, Venus and Mercury in the 6th house of Sagittarius, I will caution you right now, do not drink and drive. This is highly accident prone. And because it's Sagittarius, which rules, the legs, there could be prone to falling, tripping. So just be really careful. There's also femoral artery things. So watch the overindulgence, because it could send some of you, depending on what your charts and health conditions are, could send you into the hospital. Also, 6th house rules not only daily routine, service to others, but it's our health. And as a world, if I'm looking at it on a mundane scale, the 6th house is the mental health of the country, the world. And with this combination going on right here, I would say that people are crazed, like just over the top. Could be jovial, but fire sign, I would expect the unexpected. And I just feel like the world's mental health is really in the balance, like, that Sagittarian, because there isn't enough attention anywhere in the world put on that. So just use caution, and that's all I have for that. And we're going to do the cards real quick for each sign. Once again, I will show you. It's The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I haven't used this forever, ever, and it's been calling to me. So I'm going to start with Aries. You want to pay attention to your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and any stellium that you may have. Just trying to think. So if I start with Aries, Aries is up in, I'm going to read the chart and put it together with these cards. So Aries is in the 10th house. So Aries, it's about your work and what you're known for in the outer world. That's what this energy is. I'm trying to get comfy. Your card is breathe. So you may be overwhelmed at this time. There may be a lot of demands on you in the outer world at this time, and it's just telling you to take a breath. So if whatever you have in Aries, it is trining the sun moving into Sagittarius and this new moon. So it should be really good, beautiful energy, but it might be too much energy too fast. And so just make sure that you count to 10 and take a breath. It is card number 29, which talks about, well, first of all, 29 equals an 11, and that is an ascended, a master number. And pardon me, because my brain is just like so foggy, but the 2 talks about our emotions and our heart. And the 9 is like, what path am I going on? Do I have to end one path so that I can enter another? You could be feeling really overwhelmed at this time, so just breathe. All right, so Taurus, this is about your hopes, dreams, and wishes. This is about your friends, good times, loosening up a little bit, Taurus. And the card that you get for this time period is TikTok. And so do you feel like time is running out? You don't have enough time to do everything that you want to do or you need to do? I'm a Taurus rising. I will attest to that. I don't have enough time to sleep. I don't have enough time to get holiday things ready or get this video ready the way I want it to. This card really reminds us to remain present. There's always enough time. We need to slow down, slow our roll. We don't have to rush. This is card number 30. So this talks about ascended masters and putting boundaries up. So if you feel like you don't have enough time, Taurus, suns, risings, and moons, maybe you need to set some healthier boundaries. You've got to learn how to say no a little bit, maybe, so that you can give yourself back some more time. That's what I'm thinking. So Gemini, it's the 12th house. This, what's interesting, the 12th house represents hospitalizations, incarcerations, needing to be a hermit, being alone. And I posted that hermit card because I just really need my time. It's our 12th house is self-undoing, what we do to destroy ourselves or sabotage ourselves. And so that's for the Gemini. And your card is, it's interesting because it comes out in reverse, but I wanted to read all of these upright, but it's building blocks and it was reversed. So it's like, Gemini, are you trying to build things on crappy foundations, or you're rushing through things like I'm doing here, just to get it done and not putting in the time and the effort to build something solid? Now, remember, 12th house, That's the house of self-undoing, self-sabotage sometimes, and it's the subconscious or unconscious mind. So we could be doing these things without even thinking or realizing. But this is really talking about slowing down, also taking time to build a really good, solid, brand new foundation. Think things through as to what you want and how you want them. And you may have to take some time off so that you can figure it all out, right? And this is card number 28, I think. Can't even see. It's 28, which equals a 10. So the two emotions there, it's about creativity with the 8, equaling the 10. Self-love and boundaries. There you go, Geminis. Cancer, it's all about yourself, your self-worth, your appearance, how you present yourself out in the world. And it could be time for a rehaul or makeover. Cancer, you have between worlds. 1 foot in this world, 1 foot in another. 1 foot in a new venture, 1 foot in the old. So what this is really saying is, with the Cancers, one chapter of your life could be ending and it's not fully closed yet. And another one is opening, but it's not fully open yet. So when you're in between worlds, this is saying you too do not have to rush. You too do not have to, hurry things along. Be in the present, close out that one chapter, and prepare to open the other. Also, between worlds talks about really paying attention to your intuition, because you could be in communication with the other side. This is card number 3, and that is Ascended Masters as well. So you're getting help from your guides. If you feel lost, you feel stuck, call on them and ask for the guidance. Cancer, Leo, second house. This is about money and finance. It's about the things that you value. It's about trying to figure out what is more important, possessions or immaterial things. Really, it's about getting things down to living within your means, setting some budget boundaries. Be really careful, Leo, because this new moon and the sun moving into Sagittarius with Venus and Mercury are trining your sun rising, or whatever you have it in Leo. And I have a Leo moon, and it's in the second. Is it in the second house? It's the second house of money and finance. Be really cautious about overspending or spending money that you really just don't have, because the piper will be calling. And you have come to the edge. So this is really asking you to take a risk at this time. So maybe you have to make a new investment. Maybe you have to think about what is really worth your time. What do you truly value? What is important to you most of all? Come to the edge is about taking a risk of some sort. And it doesn't always just have to be about money, but it's about, like, what will you invest your time in? What is worth it to you? This is card number 36, Ascended Masters and Material Abundance, equaling a 9, which is stop doing this, and, like, there's a fork in the road, which path you're going to take. But it's also like, I'm ending this chapter so I could start this chapter. But you have to take a risk. You have to come to the edge and take that leap of faith. Virgos. All right, so Virgos, this new moon is about your immediate surroundings, your neighborhood, your car, your neighborhood. I said neighborhood. my gosh, but it's like the places that you frequent. It's the people that you see in your day to day or your week to week. This is also siblings and cousins, those close family connections. It's communications, it's electronics. And this says exchanging gifts. So you may be making your list of who you will be choosing to exchange gifts with. Does not have to be monetary. It could be energetic. It could be an experience. This does talk about opening your heart and being generous. I would say for the Virgos, I would be a little cautious because there is a square to Sagittarius. And with your energy, Virgos being in the third house, be really careful about accidents. You know, so slow down, no rushing, stop at the red lights, stop at the yellow lights, use your turn signals. Be very present so you could see other cars and everything. But I love exchanging the gifts. I love the little kitty and the ballerina. This is about making things magical at this time for yourself and the ones that are around you. This is card 27, talking about your emotions. It's also talking about that divine connection. This is, I'm hearing memories, like memories coming up, opening up, you know, old boxes that you have away in the attic or in storage. This would be the decorating, getting ready for the holidays. This also is not the number 9, which talks about going on a new path. Maybe you're starting new traditions, ending old traditions, changing neighborhoods even. That could be that. And I'm also hearing, you know, if you're tight on money, you can also make baked goods to give to your neighbors and your friends. And, you know, we could be really creative this holiday season. I prefer having gifts that are consumable or an experience, as opposed to something that I got to find a spot for or get rid of stuff, because like my house is just so little. I like those types of things. Libra, I gotta be thinking. So Libra, we're talking about the 4th house, which is home, family, roots, staying in the nest, really, you know, rooting down, maybe zhuzhing, I'm hearing, zhuzhing the nest, decorating, getting ready for the holidays, staying close to home and staying with the family. This card is fork in the road, but it's coming up reversed. And so this makes sense for the Libras, because often there's too many decisions, or I can't make up my mind. I don't know. I want to do this and I want to do that. Should I go here? Should I go there? Should we have Thanksgiving here? Should we go to that? You know, like we're trying to hit different family members. The reverse fork in the road is saying, I think you need to stay put for right now and don't make a decision at this time. This is card number 13. I always find 13 to be a lucky number. I'm a 13-degree Gemini, so I love 13. It nets to a 4, but it talks about the love we have for ourselves, connected to something greater, but it's also the family when I think of the number 3. And it nets to a 4, which is the 4 elements. It is creativity. It is finding your place of belonging. And so I think it's best that you just stay put for this holiday season. Maybe travel is not in your best interest, just by looking at the aspects that I'm seeing. And it has to do possibly with finances, but needing to stay home for some reason. Maybe that'll make sense to some of the Libras out there. Scorpio. So Scorpio, it's fifth house. So it's about having fun. Couldn't make it through, right? It's about having fun, focusing on playing, enjoying. You're currently still in Scorpio season as I'm recording this. So utilize the rest of this energy and enjoy yourselves. You have time to go. So Scorpios, what adventure do you want to go on? Maybe you're leaving a situation. You could be leaving a romance. You could be leaving a business, a something that you started that didn't turn out the way that you thought. The fifth house just covers so many areas: speculations, new ventures, creativity, children, romances, play. My gosh, the list just goes on and on. But it's saying you're either going on a vacation or you're leaving a situation, Scorpios. You'll have to let me know what it is. Now, this is card number 45. Talks about finding your place of belonging, being creative, opening up to that creativity, the 4 elements, the 5, needing a change, ending of a situation. Net's a 9. Where a lot of us are getting that net 9, a new path, something ending and going on a new path. So yeah, I feel like a lot of Scorpios, you've been stagnant for a very long time, trying this, trying that. This isn't working. That's not working. It's time for you to trudge forward, leave whatever it is that you have behind that isn't working, and start something brand new on a solid foundation. Sagittarians, happy birthday, Sagittarians. Happy new moon. We talked about this. This is the 6th house. And so this is about your daily routine. It is about your work, figuring out what it is you want to do, getting yourself into a schedule, into a routine. This is about your mental health. This is about your nutrition. This is really about cleaning up everything in your day-to-day, from head to toe, body, mind, and spirit, inside, outside, in your outer world, your inner world. And really taking good care of yourself. And I love that it's in the 6th house for that reason. And your card is no place like home. And Sagittarians, I know you want to go out and party, but I'm really cautioning, because of it looking so accident prone, that finding that place of belonging in your own home, in your own skin, and being comfortable with that, being grateful for that, and enjoying that. Realizing that, maybe you've been traveling the world searching for that one thing, and it was always right here. Think about the Wizard of Oz. She traveled to another land, even if it was in a dream, to find out that the best place for her, she already had within her, and it was, there all along. This is card number 50. It is time for big changes. It is time to put up boundaries, shut out what isn't working, who isn't working. It is time to really take charge of your own life. And it's like, see this house just floating up in the air, like kind of on its own sky island. This is maybe what you need to do for this time period, Sagittarians, and like get everything in order. Everything related to the 6th house must come into order. Capricorn, so we're talking 7th house relationships. This is all of your relationships, whether it's marriages, partners, wanting to be in love, falling out of love, your open enemies, the people that you know that are your enemies. It's your relation to everything. Anything that you can put the word my in front of, that's a relationship. Like my cards, my coffee, my dog, all of that is relationship related. You have clean it up. It is time to clean up all of your relationships. This is also your relationship to yourself. And especially if you are in relationships, there could be some work that needs to be done there. There could be some relationships that are on their way out. And if you want to be bringing in a relationship, there's stuff that you need to do to clean it up, clear the clutter, make space for the new relationship, make space in your life. It's a really great time to do an evaluation on all your relationships. Aquarius. So we're talking 8th house. This is marriages, endings, sexuality. This is secrets. This is taxes, finances, inheritances, death and endings, transformation, birth. You have regeneration. This is totally a card for the 8th house. So this is saying that there are things that are dying off, that are going away, that are ending, so that they can regenerate themselves come the spring. So think about winter. Well, like the autumn into the winter, the leaves are, the trees are losing all of their leaves. Doesn't mean that they're dead. They're just taking a rest. They're taking a respite, Aquarius. This is what you need to do as well, because then when the spring comes, the leaves will come back. Everything will flourish again. But you may need to take the next 3 to 4 months off and give yourself a break so that you can regenerate, you can recuperate, you can clean out the closets, you can clean out, get rid of what and who isn't serving you, clean up your finances, clean up like every aspect of your life, turn it around. Maybe it's a new career. So you just take this winter time to do a lot of contemplation so that you can charge up and charge out once it comes your birthday season. Last but not least, and I hope I remembered everybody, is Pisces. And Pisces, you are the 9th house. And so this is about adventure, new beginnings. This is about higher education, knowledge. This is religion and philosophy. This is the law, legal issues, possibly. But they could be good legal things. But overseas, foreigners, there's a lot that's covered under the 9th house. And this is soulmates. So new adventures with soulmates. This is either meeting new people, or this could be, a really great trip for some of the Pisces with your soulmate, with the one that you love. This could be chance encounters, coincidences, and synchronicities. Soulmates are also best friends. They are also sometimes our children or our parents. Soulmates come, they're not always just love things. I feel like soulmates are definitely past life things. Some of my friends, I love them so much that I know that they're my soulmate, but I don't love them in a romantic sense, But this is really just lovely energy. And this is saying, like, find your soulmate, love them up, go on an adventure, start something new, and really celebrate this season and enjoy it. I love it. That's all I have for you. I will timestamp that. If you've made it this far, you already know that. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to get this published for all y'all. And then I'm taking a long winter nap. I'm just staying off social media. I think, for the rest of the week and just, you know, going to recuperate myself. I love you. Thank you for watching and happy holidays.